Welcome back to All Things Soggy Buns. We love diving deep into what makes Toby and Ola's food truck so special.
Absolutely.
And today that means going behind the scenes to explore kind of the source of their delicious ingredients.
Ooh,
Because honestly, how do they manage to make food that tastes this good while keeping the prices so reasonable?
right.
It's got to be all about smart sourcing.
Well, what's fascinating here is that sourcing for a food truck isn't as simple as, swinging by the grocery store.
Right.
Toby and Ola have to carefully balance a whole bunch of factors, and that leads them to some pretty interesting places to find the best stuff.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
Yeah.
You're telling me it's not all about just finding the cheapest deals.
Right. It's about understanding their needs.
Okay.
Think about it. Soggy Buns is a Maryland-based food truck and catering service.
Right.
That means they're serving a lot of people, but they also have limited space and need to keep things fresh.
Hmm.
So where do they start?
Well, I'd imagine wholesale food distributors are a big part of the picture.
Yeah.
Those giants like Cisco or U.S. Foods,
Mhm.
they have just about everything, right?
Exactly. They're a reliable source for a huge range of products, which is super helpful for a food truck that needs consistency.
Right.
But there's a trade-off.
All right.
Wholesale distributors often have minimum order sizes that might be too large for a smaller operation.
Ah,
Plus, while they're great for staples, they might not have those unique local ingredients that Soggy Buns is known for.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's the alternative if you need smaller quantities or something special?
Well, restaurant supply stores like Restaurant Depot are a popular choice.
Okay.
They're membership-based, which allows them to offer bulk buying at great prices.
Kind of like a secret society of savings for food businesses.
Exactly. And for those times when Toby and Ola need something specific, they can turn to online options like Webstron Store.
Uh,
It's convenient for finding those harder-to-find ingredients, especially for specialty dishes.
Speaking of special, I always get excited about those food trucks that prioritize fresh, local ingredients. Does Soggy Buns tap into the local scene too?
Absolutely. Farmers markets and local farms are a great way to source seasonal produce,
Hmm.
and it aligns perfectly with Soggy Buns' commitment to quality and supporting the community.
Right.
Plus, you can't beat that farm-to-table freshness.
I bet those relationships with local farmers also lead to some interesting and unique menu items.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm guessing farmers markets alone can't supply everything they need, right?
Right, and that's where something like a wholesale club can be a lifesaver.
Okay.
Think Costco Business Center or Sam's Club. They offer bulk buying without those strict minimum orders that some distributors have.
That's got to be huge for a food truck,
It is.
especially when storage space is limited.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, every inch matters in a food truck.
Right.
They can't afford to overstock,
Sure.
so finding suppliers who understand their constraints is key.
It sounds like Toby and Ola have to be master strategists just to figure out where to buy their ingredients.
Yeah.
And we haven't even talked about actually cooking yet. But speaking of delicious food, if you're already craving a taste of soggy buns,
Yes.
head over to soggybuns.com. Huss buns.
You can check out their mouth-watering menu, see some amazing photos, and even find out where they'll be serving next.
Nice.
But don't go anywhere just yet. We've got a lot more to cover in our deep dive into the world of food truck sourcing.
Okay, so we've covered some of the places Toby and Ola might source their ingredients.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about these food cooperatives you mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal with those?
Well, what's fascinating about food cooperatives is that they offer a different approach altogether.
Okay.
Essentially, it's a group of businesses, often with similar values,
Right.
who join forces to buy in bulk directly from producers or wholesalers.
So it's like a team effort to get better prices and
Yeah.
maybe even higher quality ingredients.
Precisely. By pooling their resources, they have more bargaining power and can often access products that might not be available to individual businesses.
That sounds like a great fit for a food truck like Soggy Buns,
Yeah,
especially with their focus on fresh local ingredients.
for sure.
But wouldn't that add another layer of complexity to their sourcing process?
It's definitely something to consider.
Yeah.
Joining a cooperative means working collaboratively and potentially adapting to the group's sourcing decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But the benefits, especially for a food truck that prioritizes quality and sustainability, can be significant.
So we've got wholesale distributors, restaurant supply stores, farmers markets, wholesale clubs, online options, and now food cooperatives.
Yeah.
Are there any other tricks of the trade that Toby and Ola might have up their sleeves?
There are a couple more worth mentioning.
Okay.
For those times when they need something truly unique,
Right.
they might turn to specialty food wholesalers.
Okay.
These are companies that cater to niche markets like organic foods,
Yeah.
vegan products, or specific ethnic ingredients.
So it's like finding the perfect ingredient matchmaker for those special dishes.
Exactly. It allows Toby and Ola to diversify their menu
Yeah.
and offer something truly special to their customers.
Okay.
And speaking of special, there's one sourcing strategy that's particularly important for a food truck that prides itself on fresh, high-quality ingredients,
Yeah.
building direct relationships with local butchers and seafood suppliers.
So it's not just about what you buy, but who you buy it from.
This raises an important question about quality control.
Okay.
When it comes to meat and seafood, freshness is paramount.
Right.
By working directly with local suppliers,
Yeah.
Toby and Ola can handpick their cuts, ensure the quality meets their standards, and even learn more about the sourcing practices.
I can see how that personal connection would be invaluable for a food truck like Soggy Buns,
Yeah,
especially with their commitment to quality and supporting local businesses.
for sure.
But even with all these sourcing options, it seems like logistics would be a constant challenge.
Yeah.
How do they manage all the deliveries and storage with limited space?
That's where the role of a commissary comes in.
Okay.
Think of it as a central hub for food trucks,
Right.
offering storage space, prep areas, and often shared kitchen facilities.
So it's not a supplier itself,
Right.
but a crucial part of the infrastructure that allows food trucks to operate smoothly.
Precisely. Many cities have regulations about food preparation in mobile kitchens.
Oh, right.
So having access to a commissary ensures that Toby and Ola can meet those requirements
Yeah.
and maintain a safe and efficient workflow.
Wow, this is really eye-opening. It's amazing to see all the intricate details that go into sourcing for a food truck.
I know, right?
And it's clear that Toby and Ola have put a lot of thought into building a system that allows them to deliver both quality and affordability to their customers.
Absolutely. Their
Okay.
dedication to sourcing is a big part of what makes Soggy Buns so special.
And speaking of special, if you're ready to experience the delicious results of Toby and Ola's sourcing savvy firsthand,
Yeah.
head over to soggybuns.com. Yucks.
You can explore their menu, drool over some tempting food photos, and find out where they'll be serving next.
That sounds great.
But don't go anywhere just yet. We'll be right back to wrap up our deep dive into the world of food truck sourcing with some key takeaways and insights.
All right, we're back and ready to kind of wrap up our deep dive into the world of food truck sourcing.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? We've explored so many different avenues, and it's clear that there's no one-size-fits-all solution for food trucks like Soggy Buns.
Definitely not. They've got to balance their menu, budget, storage space, and so much more.
Yeah.
It seems like every ingredient comes with its own set of challenges.
And that's where the real skill comes in.
Yeah.
Toby and Ola have to be incredibly resourceful and adaptable, constantly evaluating their options and making strategic decisions about where to source each ingredient.
So it's not just about finding the cheapest option, it's about finding the best option for their specific needs.
Exactly. And those needs are always evolving.
Oh, for sure.
Seasonality, customer demand, even something as simple as gas prices can impact their sourcing strategy.
It sounds like Toby and Ola are playing a constant game of chess,
Yeah.
trying to anticipate every move and stay one step ahead.
You could say that. But ultimately, their success comes down to a deep understanding of their business and a commitment to delivering quality to their customers.
And that commitment really shines through in every bite.
For sure.
So what's the biggest takeaway you want our listeners to remember from this deep dive?
I'd say it's this. The next time you're enjoying a delicious meal from Soggy Buns,
Yeah,
take a moment to appreciate the journey those ingredients took to get to your plate.
because behind every perfectly cooked burger or crispy fry,
All right.
there's a whole network of suppliers, farmers, and dedicated food truck owners who are passionate about bringing you the best possible flavors.
And that passion is what makes the food truck experience so special.
Yeah.
It's about more than just food.
Right.
It's about community, creativity, and a shared love of good taste.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks.
A huge thanks to you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of food truck sourcing.
And, of course, a huge thanks to Toby and Ola for sharing their passion for food with the world.
Yes.
If you haven't already, be sure to check out Soggy Buns online at soggybuns.com.
Buys. You can explore their menu, drool over some tempting food photos, and find out where they'll be serving next.
Until next time, happy eating, everyone.
And thank you for listening to the All Things Soggy Buns podcast.